out of the box or out of the wall, whatever you want to call it. We have, yes, got it this time again, Magic Mike 2. Technically not 2, it's XXL. So is it worth checking out this double large sequel? We will find out. So Chase Yutaki here at the Blue Futon reviewing Magic Mike XXL. What's this about? Pretty simple premise, actually. You have Magic Mike and his stripper friends. They were kind of dissipated after the first movie. But now, 3 years later, they team up to go to Myrtle Beach to do the one final dance because Matthew McConaughey's character, as well as the kid, Alex Pfizer's character, went to China to do something there, which I'm surprised they went to China. Maybe it's more like Thailand or Hong Kong, whatever. But now, multiple people are added to the cast. Jada Pinkett Smith, Donald Glover, Amber Heard, rest in peace for her career. But we will see if this is a solid movie. So did I like Magic Mike XXL? It was a If I thought Magic Mike 1 was superficial, holy shit. This one is way more superficial than what you are getting. I will say this. This is the most sexualized movie I have ever seen without the sex, if you know what I mean. Because seriously, the dance in this movie, you have the one in the gas station, you have Tatum, the one by himself at his workshop, you have, this drag show one, then you have the final dance battle sequence, and then you also have one that is in Jada Pinkett Smith's house. It goes on for a long time. The one in Jada Pinkett Smith's house, that one felt very dragged. I mean, that one kept going and going and going and going. I'm like, damn, they are really pushing the R, in my opinion. But let's talk about the positives of this film. I think it still looks like a Steven Soderbergh movie, even though it's not directed by Steven Soderbergh. And the reason why it looks like that because the director of this film produced, I would say, 80% of Steven Soderbergh's films. So he knows exactly what Steven Soderbergh does behind the camera. So it's not that hard to, kind of copy and paste the way he's doing it for a new director to do it. Also, the acting, they're still great in this film. Every single one of them. Matt Bomer, Channing Tatum, Joe last name. Like I say, Donald Glover, Jada Pinkett Smith, Amber Heard. She's barely in this film. She has maybe 20 minutes of screen time in this hour and 55-minute movie. And I think the dance at least the very end, was enjoyable and fun to watch. For example, Joe M's, I'm going to say it, Joe M's the bride one that turned into, 50 Shades of Grey. That's a fun one to watch. Or the Channing Tatum one, that was very sexualized, but it was also fun to watch. Then you have, Tarzan's character, fun to watch. The candy one, fun to watch. And the singing one, they were just fun to watch. I understand what they're going for. It was somewhat enjoyable. And then also the gas station one was also a simple, fun, hysterical one about Cheetos and water. When the dancing was on screen, it was fun. There's good chemistry overall. But then, like I said, with the negative, it is so superficial when the dancing isn't happening. It is just kind of a road trip movie from point A to point B, and that's all it is. And it just felt draggy in this one. This one, it just dragged a lot. Also, the drag show one, I was just like, I don't really need to watch that one right now. But hey, at least there are adults in that drag show. There were no kids. So that is a thumbs up for the filmmakers to do it like that. But this movie just feels so goddamn superficial. I'm going to use that word over and over again where I'm just like, what's the point? Kind of that movie is like, what is the point of this sequel? I understand you thought you were going to make more money because the first one on a $6.5 million budget made over $167 million worldwide. And of that, 111 of that was in America. This one did a lot less. I want to say worldwide it did maybe 111 and only 60 million was in America. So it was a good 50 almost percent drop for the domestic box office. I am curious about The Last Dance, how that will do this weekend. And then the dance sequence with Jada Pinkett Smith and her house, that one, I don't know, it just felt uncomfortable for me. I don't understand what they're going for, but I'm like, this is dragging. This one was I would say it felt like 20 minutes of the story of the dancing. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I was watching, I'm like, holy shit, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And that dance sequence felt like the whole "What's the point?" And it was a huge "What the point? What is the point?" Yes, you're introducing Donald Glover's character and what he's going to do at the very end, as well as Jada Pinkett Smith, what she's in it. And then Elizabeth Banks kind of makes a cameo in this film. It almost feels like a Pitch Perfect thing, but I digress. But overall, Magic Mike XXL, it doesn't have the same stakes as the first one, because the first one you're introducing a new character and drugs. This one is no joke, a road trip movie to point A to point B, and there's no real dilemma in this film. And I think that might be the biggest negative is you're getting to point A to point B, and it's just a road trip movie with, dancing in between. I think girls could like this one because there's a lot of dudes that they're just good looking dudes. I mean, point blank, good looking dudes. So girls will have a fun time. Guys will just get jealous. Magic Mike XXL will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futon, which equals at 50%. We'll see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 65% with 242 of them. Audience score a 55% with over 25,000. Critic consensus. Magic Mike XXL has enough narrative thrust and beefy, there's that word again, charm to deliver another helping of a well-oiled entertainment, even if this sequel isn't quite as pleasurable as its predecessor. I have to agree, it's not as pleasurable, if I want to put it that way. A lot more sexualized dancing in this one, though, however. But when it comes to actual story, at least the first one had more pack behind the dancing. If that makes any sense. 65, 55, 50. Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Futon Toby. You Blue Futon. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And yes, you know exactly where I'm going to spend my hard earned dollars on today. Magic Mike Last Dance. And I'm going to count how many dudes are in that theater. It's probably going to be, I'm going to say 7. But who the hell knows?